Good afternoon. Now, this channel is for people in the second half of life. That's if you're planning to live to 100, so 50 plus. Second half of your life, you want to start a YouTube channel, and you want to actually stick with it. Because, let's be honest, we start a lot of things and we quit them. I started pickleball by receiving a pickleball bat and some balls for Christmas in a nice little carrying case, and I'm yet to take them out of the carrying case, and I'm yet to go to a pickleball court, and I'm yet to play pickleball. But hey, I started and I quit really, really quickly. I'd like to maybe play, but you know, in the first minute of this live stream, I've already deviated off task, and this is kind of a free-for-all bit of a day, at least as far as this is concerned. I hope to give you something of value, or I'm wasting your time and I'm wasting my time. So I'm going to go right to the value, the one thing that I have that just nailed it for me. This is a quote by Neil Armstrong, who was an astronaut, is an astronaut, was an astronaut. You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. And I'm wrong about Neil Armstrong. It's actually Alan Shepard. If I could follow my notes, I would be a dangerous individual. By Alan Shepard. And this is the quote. If you don't use your experience, your past is wasted, and you are betraying yourself. Oof. This is the message I want to try and get across with regard to starting a YouTube channel in a semi-retired state or even a retired state. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about being, I'm retiring for the evening, which means you're going to bed. And when you think about it, if you say I'm retiring for the evening, it means you're going to bed and you're going to close your eyes and you're going to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I don't think that's the thing that you want to consider doing in retirement. A lot of people, when they get to retirement, they have a bucket list of things they want to do. They want to do them. And they couldn't wait to retire so that they could do them. Yeah. So, like I said, this channel is for people who are semi-retired or retired, and you want to start a YouTube channel, but you actually have to stick with it. Now, for me, I am considering the idea that I am semi-retired for the rest of my life. And you're thinking, well, what's the thing that you're doing? I'm doing a couple of things right now. I say I'm semi-retired because I've got a YouTube channel, which is this right here. And I'm committed to doing it until the day I die, whether that be next week or in 30 years. I'm going to keep, or until YouTube says, we're going to cut you off, or we're going to stop being YouTube. That would be bad, but it could happen. It could very easily happen. The internet is very kind of a place. Excuse me. I already did about an hour of talking today, and my throat is already giving me fits. So one of my biggest excuses for not doing a YouTube channel is the fact that I can't talk for very long without my voice going bad on me. And it's due to a throat condition. And yet here I am, not stopping. And when I go back to this quote, if you don't use your experience, your past is wasted and you're betraying yourself. Now, I've kind of said that you have past experience, and it is your obligation to share it with other people. You have an obligation to share what you know with other people, because the tagline for my YouTube channel is a start now, share what you know, help others. Start now, share what you know, help others. You're taking what you know, your decades of experience, and you're helping other people. But this quote is not talking about betraying other people. It's talking about betraying yourself. You not only have an obligation to share what you know to other people, I want you to see it like you have an obligation to yourself to share what you know with other people, to sit back and go, I already know what to do with that. It's too bad you don't. Some people don't like to share, or they just kind of wait. And if a relative says, hey, could you help me with this? And you say, sure, I can help you with that because I've done it before. Put in a sink or run a power line for a microwave. 2 things that I'm looking at doing in the next month. Woohoo! I'm getting help, by the way, for those things. Not an electrician, not a sink person. Plumber, sink person. But you get the idea. You have an obligation not only to other people, you have an obligation to yourself. As the quote says, you are betraying yourself. God gave you an opportunity to learn over a long period of time some things that you know. And as a result of that, you have the opportunity to help other people who are not in the position to learn the stuff that you know. So don't hold it back. Don't keep it for yourself. Help other people with it. Just help other people with it. So semi-retired for me means I'm going to be doing YouTube and whatever else for the rest of my life. I didn't quit my job to do this. I already was not having a job, and I decided I'm going to do YouTube. I'm going to become semi-retired, and I'm going to do this. And I have the time to do it, although limited. I'll get into that in a minute. I believe I have the wisdom and the knowledge to do it, and I don't have to impress anybody. I'm not trying to impress you. I'm not trying to impress me. I'm not trying to impress my wife. She's already married to me. If she was impressed then and she's still with me, I guess she's still impressed. I'm always amazingly impressed with her, among other things. But kind of, you get the idea. You pull from your own life experience and share it with other people. Now, with that in mind, a little bit about my past and what I'm drawing from is I was in youth ministry, local church youth ministry for 23 years. And if you're in youth ministry for any length of time, that 23-year thing is somewhat impressive. A lot of people wash it within 10 years. But I was stubborn. I stayed in youth ministry for 23 years, and which means I was speaking weekly to junior high and senior high teenagers. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. They will call you out. And rightly so, and they should. So 23 years I did that, and then I moved on. I did some other things and a couple of different opportunities, and then I started learning online and diving into the online space. And I've spent, in the past 10, 12 years, I've spent $60,000 plus buying programs that I've never really watched, buying programs that I went all the way through and I've tried to implement and had limited luck. I've done several different things like that. And even that 60,000 plus also includes several things where I paid money into it and it was a scam. I got burned. I've lost several $1,000s burned. The most recent one was a friend, what I thought was a good friend, that made a promise. I believed that person and gave that person some money, and that person never followed through on what they said they were going to do and said they were going to give me my money back, and I haven't heard from them since. It happens. I mean, it happens. So that there's a little bit about my past experience, but I also know a lot of people who will say, Bill, I'm not sure about this whole YouTube thing. It's just something where I go and find out how to do something. Exactly. You know how to do things, and other people need to know what you know about how to do that. A little bit. And they say, well, I don't know what to make videos about. That's the number one objection you hear of anybody who doesn't want to start a YouTube channel or wants to, but doesn't know how, or they just say, well, I don't know what to make videos about. Well, watch the live stream that I did last week. If you haven't watched it already, the live stream that I did last week, I highlighted 230 different niches that I always have a problem with that, of different things that you could do as a YouTube channel. 230 different ones. It's not for a lack of ideas. So don't get me wrong. It's not for a lack of ideas. It's for a lack of you deciding upon which one that you're actually going to do. You have to like it. You have to have some knowledge in it. And you have to be willing to do one thing. You have to really be willing to say, I love making videos. And I do. I love sitting here. I love making videos. I love the process of putting it all together. I love the process of talking to people about it. I love that. I love that. I love the idea of answering questions. I feel I'm actually better at answering questions that people ask than I am of just presenting stuff. I'd rather just get up in front and do Q&As. But until I get enough people watching my live streams, I can't really do Q&As because there's no Q's to A, so to speak. And then there's a lot of people my age that are just tired. They just, sounds like work. When I first stopped working, stopped pulling in a paycheck, I got real bored real quick. You can only watch so many movies before you actually want to start doing something. That's why people go out and they start doing hobbies. They play golf or they have a woodworking shop and they do woodworking projects. So why, they have things that they do. And for me, I love making videos and sharing with people what I know about making videos and about a YouTube channel. And I'm just getting started. I'm just on the front end of this. And I absolutely love it. And I hope that comes across to people over time that they see that I absolutely love what I do. Now, am I good at it? That's debatable. I know one thing is no matter what I'm doing today, I know that in a month I'll be better than I am today. And in 2 months, I'll be better than I was the previous month because you can't keep doing something over and over again poorly. You have to get better at it. You need to get better at it. I worry about the person who starts doing something over and over and over again and progressively gets worse. Doesn't quite happen. But then there's another thing that people say, and they say, well, I would love to do that, but I don't have the gear. Well, I'm the person who took the idiot advice of getting a bunch of gear and not using it the best. I got into a gear trap. Totally admit it. I admit I have gear acquisition syndrome. I get stuff I don't need. I don't use it. I still have hundreds of dollars worth of gear that I've got that I don't use. I don't use it because it's just, I thought I needed it. Nope, didn't it? I love shiny objects. I do. Shiny object syndrome. SOS? Shiny object. Yes, SOS. So, yeah, gear acquisition syndrome. That's gas and SOS. But you get into that trap. You can create a YouTube, edit it, and put it up on your YouTube channel from your phone. You don't even need a laptop. Excuse me. It's my throat. It's the thing. But then there's, like I said, there's the gear trap where you think you have to have a lot of gear. You do not. You do not need a lot of gear. You do not need a lot of subscriptions. You can do it all from your phone. People care more about what you have to say than all the gear you have in order to say it. As long as you have something good to say. And I guarantee you with your life experience, as a person around my age, or probably a little younger than me, that you have something to say. You've done something and you have something to say. And you can share it. And if you think you have a boring life, you actually have a gold mine of content. You just have to tap into it. That's kind of the idea. So take a second, drop in the chat, say, what's the one thing stopping you from starting your own YouTube channel? Or you're thinking, man, I got a great idea. Well, put it in the comments and tell me your niche. And even tell me, say, I've got these 3 things and I'm not sure which one of the 3 things. Maybe we can hash that out. But if you start asking questions in the comments, that would be content for my next live stream or even my next video that I make. So leave stuff in the comments and I would appreciate it. That would be a good thing to happen. So, as I already mentioned, I'm one thing that I haven't mentioned. I mentioned about that I have been a public speaker for 23 years. I've spent way too much money in online business world. I've learned an awful lot. I know an awful lot, and I'm starting to practice an awful lot of what I know. But like I said, I've also been burned. But another thing is that I don't have the time that I thought I had, because I opted for an opportunity to be a grandparent. Now, I didn't decide to be a grandparent until my daughter to get married and get a child going. They did that all on their own. But I get to take care of my granddaughter for approximately 20 hours a week. Now, I'm 67 years old, and I'm taking care of a 1-year-old 20 hours a week. I don't have the time that I thought I had to do a lot of YouTube videos and everything like that. But nevertheless, I will take the time that I have and guard the time that I have so that I use my time wisely. Because part of me says I don't want to spend 20 hours a week taking care of a 1-year-old. I don't. I got to be honest with you. I don't. I want to make YouTubes and edit YouTube videos and get better at this and study more at this and practice more at this. All of this, but I also know that when I have that little girl in my arms, it's the most important thing I'm doing in my life. In my life. It's more important than anything that I have going on. So I know that, and I take care of her the best way that I can. And this has become the time, how I use the rest of my time, as it were. So I started this channel as of this recording, this live stream. I started this channel just about 7 weeks ago, and so I'm obviously just getting started. And so those are the thoughts that I had for today. And the primary thing was this. If you don't use your experience, your past is wasted, and you are betraying yourself. Alan Shepard, astronaut. With that, I leave you. I want you to think deep, look deep into your heart and your soul and say, how can I not waste the experience that I've had and the gifts that God has given me? How can I not waste that anymore? And it may be, hey, you may start a YouTube channel, and that would be fantastic. And I'm here to help you with it. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'd appreciate it. And whatever goes into the chat, I will answer. I will see it. I will answer it. And it may turn in, question is a good question. Sorry, all questions are good questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. But it may turn into a video that I make. It may turn into a live stream that I do in the coming weeks. So drop your comments. Appreciate it very much. If we haven't met, my name's Bill. I'm in the Front Range of northern Colorado. I look east, and it's flat as a pancake. I look west, and I see the Rocky Mountains. And I wouldn't live anywhere else right now. This is where God's planted me, and I'm going to bloom and grow exactly where I am. With that, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you next week, same time.